All right, with that being said, let's get into the hot topics. Now, in messy news, we had to get into this. Over the weekend, Monique performed at the Comedy Explosion in Detroit, and she didn't hold back her frustrations towards DL Hughley regarding the dispute about who of the two was be the headliner. Take a look.
The headliner. That's what the contract says. Monique is to be the last person on stage.
Monique claimed that there was a contract in place that listed her as the headliner, which she posted on social media. Now, after a lot of people on social media took Monique's side, DL Hughley posted a photo of his deal memo showing that he was the actual headliner for the show and wrote comments about his regrets for agreeing to work with Monique despite his better judgment. However, Monique also posted her contract stating the following: purchaser hereby engages talent to perform one 30-minute to 45-minute concert show engagement. Talent shall be the headliner of the show and the closing talent for the show. What do y'all think about this dispute? Is this a good or bad look for Monique? Al, let's start with you. And I know, Q, you made a video about this, so I know you have a lot to say. Al, what do you think about this?
So, I feel like Monique 110% has a right to feel the way she feels. And, Black women do get played in these situations. And, Black women are marginalized in entertainment. So we can't ignore the fact that that particular argument of how she feels is okay. However, and it's a big however here for me, this was not the time and it was not the place. And the reason why I say that is because I want to understand where all her frustration comes from. And I can respect that. And I want Monique to win, but it just does not come, in my opinion, like this. I don't think that this was appropriate for her to take this out on the stage. People came there for a comedy show. I don't feel like it was appropriate for her to drag his wife into this horrible conversation, and then for her to insinuate that, DL was on the DL. I just felt like how she handled the complete issue was just handled wrong. It really is a tough thing for me because I like them both. And like I said, Monique is just coming back. She's just getting her opportunity to breathe again on the stages where she belongs. And then this happens. And it just doesn't feel right. It feels very unprofessional to me.
Okay. All right. Good comments. Q, what do you think?
So, the first thing I want to point out is because we are on a pseudo LGBT plus platform, the internalized homophobia, right? The first minute somebody gets mad, they want to holler about, you gay or you on a DL and want to use that as a slur. That pissed me off. I'm a member of the gay community. It's going to piss me off. Outside of that, Monique, this to me feels as if there was some type of discrepancy with the promoter. It honestly feels as if the promoter had made both of them the same promises. Monique did furnish a contract that was between her and the promoter. DL, on the other hand, furnished a deal memo, which is not necessarily legally binding. It's a synopsis of what your contract would look like, but it looks as if the promoter told both of them the same thing. However, the only reason why I'm leaning slightly towards DL is because I'll talk about my contracts. When I get booked for jobs, and Claudia, you know this, before they can put out any marketing materials, it's always in my contract that my team and I have to sign off on any marketing materials before you can go live. The marketing materials that I saw in reference to this concert had DL in the big picture and had Monique kind of in the back. That to me suggests that DL is the main attraction and you are the sidekick. Additionally, DL pointed out on the ticket, he had top billing and her name was smaller. Every concert that I have gone to, if it's a Destiny's Child concert featuring T-Pain, Destiny's Child name was large and T-Pain's name was in small. Now, based on Monique's contract, I feel that she is valid to feel what it is she is feeling, if that's the understanding and arrangement she had with the promoter. However, the way she handled it was absolutely wrong. The homophobic slurs was wrong. Bringing the wife, the children, the dog into it was wrong. Bringing it on the stage was wrong. People did not come for that. In addition to that, this does not help your case. You barely just got 1 foot back in Hollywood, and now you've been back for 5 seconds after 50 Cent gives you this BMF role, and now you're going back to this bitchy, angry Black woman character that people have known you for with the Lee Daniels Oprah thing for the last 10 years. And I'm sorry, it's starting to look like you are the problem.
I hear everything you're saying. I think you both make good points. Yes, this stuff does happen to Black women a lot, but I agree with you. The marketing material is where I feel like she definitely is going to have a tough time proving her case, because if I'm headlining, if I'm starring, my name's going to be first. That's the material that was released, and it does look like he's the headliner. DL Hughley has 2.4 million followers on Instagram. She has 1.2. She does have the Oscar, but he's been more current as far as touring. I just feel I get her anger. I really get her frustration. I hate being misunderstood, and I know that, but he's not the person you should be mad at, Monique. Monique, you know I want you to win, but it's not DL's fault. It's not DL. It's the person that's playing y'all both.
Oh,
it's the person that's playing y'all. It is not DL's fault. Imagine if we're all booked with something and we find out later we get all 3 different rates, and the person is telling each of us, "You're the star, you're the star, you're the star," and we mad at each other. It has nothing to do with us. Yeah. It's the person putting it together that's paying us. So we have comments. Sean Pug says both DL and Monique are being petty and immature. They should have handled this drama privately. I agree. Crystal K says Monique was mad with the wrong person. I agree. And RD says, I understand what she did, but I don't agree with the way she did it. Yes, the homophobic slur, Monique, that wasn't a good move, especially with all the love you get from the community. You had a huge interview with T.S. Madison that people were like taking your side, and I just feel like that was a big mistake. And
no, let's do one better. You had a huge interview with T.S. Madison, somebody who's part of the LGBT community that got your ass back in good graces with Lee Daniels.
That's true.
Okay, so it goes to show, and I always say this: y'all finna get mad to the gay boys. You have to look out for fish. Fish don't always be your friend. Okay, and that's a prime example. Because if you was an ally the way you say you is, you wouldn't have did that.
What I do think is, I've been seeing some comments in the chat. Honey Molasses says DL been trashing her for a while. I'm surprised she did it with them. DL is phony to me. I do think there was some beef between them, and maybe she already was on edge with him. Like any little thing was going to tick her off. If that's the case, I don't think they should have ever been on the same stage or agreed to do a show together.
I heard that there was I didn't get a chance to see it as I was prepping for the show. People in my social media said she recently did a live where she said she had already had some grievances with him that she was going to air out on the stage. So there's definitely some back history. I also heard some scatterbutt about some interviews that they did where she was asked some inappropriate questions about her husband. So she already went into this on the defensive and a little upset, but it's unprofessional. And if I was somebody who had to be responsible for hiring her, my biggest fear would be the minute something fell apart, she was going to run to the public and create, mess. Stop hiding your mess. I didn't mean to cut you off, Claudia. Y'all women, I love the support Black woman movement, but y'all got to stop disguising y'all BS and y'all personal drama and y'all personal issues behind this protect Black women stuff. This is not a protect Black woman issue. This is a Monique has an attitudinal problem.
I don't think we should ever just blanket protect anybody. I think people that deserve to be protected get protected. There's bad Black women, there's bad Black men, there's bad white women, there's bad white men. I think that's a huge, y'all could be mad at me if you want to. I don't give a damn. I go by character. I don't think anyone should get the blanket, believe all women. Really, there's not female liars. Believe all men. There's not male. That's so ridiculous to me and a huge mistake. It's a huge mistake. And I just feel like, Monique, even if you have all the right to say what you said and your grievances with DL, because of the narrative that's been out about you and we're trying to fight to get you back in, it doesn't help your case, even if you're right. Yeah. It's like a lose-lose situation, unfortunately. And I hate that for her. I really do, because I really do want to see her win. All right, so great conversation. And when y'all get a chance, go to Funky Naive's page and check out his video he did on the whole Monique thing. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more TGIF after this.